Just about to go on a very quick flight, but I know in the last video I left you hanging on what avionics are going to go into Echo Yankee Zulu. I will leave you hanging no more.
Of course it's Garmin. Do you really think I was going to do anything else? So yes, two bits of equipment have turned up. Oh, it smells new. Which are one of the screens and the standby unit that we're going to be using in Echo Yankee Zulu. So this, oh, it's so small. It's a lot smaller than the Avidyne screens. This, can I take it out?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm being watched as I do this by the professionals. It's like Christmas. The brand new Garmin G500 TXI touchscreen primary flight display that we're going to put into Echo Yankee Zulu. It is significantly lighter than the Avidyne screen, and look how much thinner as well. You remember that Avidyne PFD sort of came out to probably about there. Lighter means faster, which means we'll go quicker in Echo Yankee Zulu. And as well as the G500 that turned up, we've also got the standby instrument that's going to replace, remember when I had those three standby instruments, the altimeter, airspeed indicator, artificial horizon? All of that is being replaced by this Garmin GI275 as it's called. And this one unit gives me all three of those functions in one. Hope it fits.
How embarrassing would it be if it didn't? Please fit.
Oh, I like it glove.
Oh.
This is kind of the first time I think that in this whole process it starts to feel like a new panel is coming. Everything's just been in bits and boxes and wires and everything until now, but to see the screen in place, looks good.
It does look good.
Ramming ground, Kilo Juliet November, Northern Run-Up Bay, receive Papa, request taxi, 35 left, downwind departure.
Say again the call sign.
Kilo Juliet November.
Kilo Juliet November, taxi holding point Alpha 8, runway 35 left.
Holding point Alpha 8, 35 left, Kilo Juliet November. I have to be very careful as well to say Kilo Juliet November and not Echo Yankee Zulu. Temperatures and pressures are green. It's good to be flying again. I really just wanted to come out today because I had a spare kind of maybe 3 hours this morning. I wanted to check what's going on with Echo Yankee Zulu. But also the weather was pretty good. As you can see, we got clouds at the moment, but they're scattered at about 2,500 feet. So I'm a little bit underneath them at the moment. So just low level, down the coastline, just get in an aircraft again, just get flying again. I like to share the love a little bit here on this channel as well with other YouTube pilots, and this flight reminds me of another channel. Any of you guys watch Flying with Big Ern? Now he's a commercial airline pilot, but he also flies a Cirrus in the US, and he put a video up recently about currency versus proficiency. And it's one thing to have currency, like to tick the box on, yes, I've done 3 takeoff and landings in the last 90 days, for example. But it's another thing to be proficient and to keep yourself on top of your game as well. So what I'm doing today, this isn't a currency flight. I don't need to do this flight. This is just a proficiency. I want to keep my eye in and I want to keep flying. There's a muscle memory with aviation. I think it's like anything else. If you don't do it often enough, you kind of forget. You get sloppy at it. And if there's one thing you don't want to be in an aircraft, it's sloppy.
Descent 6,000 and approaching in receipt of Romeo.
We should also broach the subject of the fact that yes, I am flying an aircraft with 4 blades today, not 3. Kilo Juliet November does have a 4-blade propeller. If you've watched this channel, you'll know about that. There's not a big difference between that and the 3-blade prop that I have in Echo Yankee Zulu, apart from A, Stephen thinks it looks better, B, Stephen thinks it sounds better, and C, Stephen thinks it's better. The main real difference that I notice is when I'm trying to slow the aircraft down. With 4 blades, you can slow it down a lot faster. So when you're flaring on landing, you don't want to cut the power, because all of a sudden it just acts like a really big brake in front of you and the aircraft can sink quite quickly. So you just got to be gentle, bringing the power back when you're flaring for the landing. That's all good in theory, but you'll see how well I actually execute that when we come into land. Yeah, this might be one of the very last flights I do flying with the Avidyne avionics suite now that we're putting Garmin into Echo Yankee Zulu. So probably the last flight I'll do, because I'm not going to fly this aircraft again, and the next flight I do in a Cirrus should, fingers crossed, be in Echo Yankee Zulu itself. Kilo Juliet November also has the older Garmin, the GPS, the G430s. Still great units, not the touchscreen version like the 650s that I have in Echo Yankee Zulu, but they're still really good units. I did all my instrument flying using a G430. Portsea down there, very nice place to live if you've got millions and billions of dollars down here in Melbourne. You can see the ferry as well, actually. That's just going across to the other side of the bay. Go chuck in a quick left turn here. See what's happening down the coastline at the moment. See if we can see any whales. Still to this day, never been in an aircraft over the coastline anywhere in the world and seen a whale. So pretty. You can see the Spirit of Tasmania just off our wingtip out there. They do daily services from Melbourne across to Tasmania as well if you want to take your car across to the island state.
Jamboree 173, go ahead. Break 3764, when ready, descend to 9000, QNH 1015.
I can see boats, I can see big houses, not one whale. Once again, I'll be filling out my pilot's logbook with hours logged, 1 and a bit, whale seen.
Traffic, 12 o'clock, low, 2 miles.
Got it. Alright, let's get us ready for Moorabbin. It is really nice to see the skies full of planes again after the last couple of years that we've had sitting on the ground with nothing buzzing above us over our heads. I like it when the planes are back.
Kilo Juliet November, cleared to land.
Clear to land, Kilo Juliet November. Brilliant to be flying again. Brilliant to know that things are going well with Echo Yankee Zulu.
Things are not going super well with Echo Yankee Zulu this week. Anyone who's been ordering anything online recently, not just in Australia but around the world, you know there's a backlog with things being delivered at the moment, and there's a bit of a backlog with some of the parts that we need to continue working on Echo Yankee Zulu. So right now, work has, well, it's kind of stopped. Inside the cockpit itself, you can see the cutout that we had in the previous video. That's now gone back to the avionics team. They're going to use that to cut out the actual final panel where the screens are going to be mounted for the front of the aircraft. The radio stack as well has been taken out because there is some work that's being done to that. The cables for the screens themselves have all been made. They're just waiting for the screens to, well, they're just waiting for the screens. But unfortunately right now in this part of the process, yeah, we're just waiting. So as well as the black stripe around the outside of the panel itself, which I showed you in the last video, the other thing I'm considering doing is also changing the colour of the tips on the props themselves. Now Echo Yankee Zulu currently has got white tips. I've got two options of how I can take it. Well, first of all, I think I want to make them red, but I've got two ways I can make them red. The first one is like this, so just two red stripes. But the second way, and I think the one that I'm leaning a bit more towards, is putting one red stripe in between the two whites. So instead of going black, white, we go black, white, red, white. It looks a bit sportier, I think. It's a bit Formula One, maybe. You watch the channel, you enjoy seeing me fly Echo Yankee Zulu, so you need to have a say in this too. What do you think I should do for the props? Let me know in the comments below. Do I go two red stripes or white, red, white? Okay. So I'm clearly not going to be flying Echo Yankee Zulu for a little while to come, but do let me know in the comments below what you think about the colours of the propeller blade tips. I really want your help with that. And coming next on the channel, you know when I took that seaplane flight in the Maldives, a lot of you said that I should see what it's like to actually land a plane on water. Well,